What you are seeing in South Africa, as much as there are beautiful, nice people in South Africa, we are some about damage Jimmy Africa, South Africa no more. Some of the most laziest people on this planet are South African. The reason why South African women at a point were choosing other African men over their men, one, their men are lazy. It's a fact.
Guys, there's an ongoing argument on the internet. A particular Ghanaian TV presenter came out to talk about South Africans. According to him, he said he has lived in South Africa and he knows the attitude of South African men. And according to him, he said this is the reason why their ladies are choosing to date Nigerian men, Ghanaian men, Mozambique men, Zimbabwe men than dating their fellow South African men. See, this is the video. Don't forget to like and share.
What you are seeing in South Africa, as much as there are beautiful, nice people in South Africa, we are some about damage Jimmy Africa, South Africa no more. Some of the most laziest people on this planet are South Africans. Some of the brainwashed Africans who don't even know their left from right are South Africans. And what you see in South Africa, it's not surprise anybody. These are people who live on wheat and vors. They live on meat and wheat. They live on semolina, castle, beer, and coke. These are people. That is how they live. These are kind of people. They are not people you can reason with. South Africa. If today Abrafuni free South Africa, that country will go there better than animals kingdom. I am telling you. So what they are doing to the other Africans, these South Africans, 90% of South Africans, they don't even understand the South Africa view. They are the most laziest people on this planet. And I'm not speaking from what I have read or what I've seen on TV. I have lived through it. They don't fucking care about even on one casa. Nipo mutumi sit down in a bathroom with them. Go and see in their shacks. They build homes. There's no bathroom in homes. These are people, some of them cannot reason as human beings. So don't see, say, yes, South Africa. It is not as simple as that. Me, I've hustled out. I've been in South Africa, I've been in Sweden, I've been in Portugal. I know what I'm talking about. These are crazy people. They don't see other Africans as Africans. They don't work. They don't travel. They don't understand what it means by you planning your life. They don't understand it. It hurts me speaking about my fellow Africans like this. But Mamika Bibincho, South Africans are not humans. Yeah, to say this, there are a lot of good ones around. There are good South Africans who met me. She a wonderful woman, wonderful guy. A few of them. What you are seeing on TV is just 1% of what they can do. What you are seeing on TV in South Africa, they are going after Ghanaians, Nigerians. Let me tell you, South Africans naturally are lazy. South Africans, you see, with them, Bibi Wamutsimu say everything in South Africa belongs to them. I'm talking about black South Africans. You know, we have the colored South Africans, Abrafuni Indians in the war, and then what's the name? Ronaldo and all those, I don't even forgetting the reason why South African women at a point were choosing other African men over their men, one, their men are lazy. It's a fact. South African, by age 35, their teeth will be falling out. They don't work. They only drink and do drugs. That's it. South African men don't work. So when the other African man goes there, and then they start to look for the opportunities. Do a beer barbering shop. They are selling phones. They start to have their own transport companies. The South African men start to fool because now, they want to live comfortably. They just want men who are responsible. So when these Nigerians, when these Ghanaians and other Africans, they go there and the women say, I will be comfortable with this guy. Now almost starting them and now South African men and for some of the foolish ones, they start to rise up. All the things you are seeing there is because they're hungry. South Africans, they always demonstrate during summer because that is the time they want to break into shops and steal TV, fridge. It is a normal thing they do every year. South Africans, May, June, July, August, that is when they demonstrate. That is when they want to steal. They want to break into Samsung. They want to break into Philips. They want to break into... That is what they do. They want to steal. They demonstrate without any reason. In the name, we are black South Africans. What the fuck is black South African? What South Africans are doing today, if other Africans start to retaliate against their people and their companies, South Africa will be hurt more than anybody else. But you see, some of these people, because they are weak-minded, let me tell you, you can't blame South Africans, 90% of them, they don't read. They think South Africa is heaven. They don't even understand what is happening outside there. They don't get it. And if you have lived with South Africans, South Africa, I have lived with them. South African blacks don't eat fish. One thing they don't like, fish, and meat. These are people who cannot reason beyond. These are people. And sometimes when you see these things, it is not easy. It is not a joke. So we Africans, if South Africans are treating Africans like this is a wake-up call. All the things you see on social media with these South Africans walking on the streets and trying to go after other Africans, these South Africans, some of them are animals. They can't think. Now, when you go after your fellow African who has nothing, who is living in your country as a foreigner trying to find something to do. Now, the Bronina, I will say, Bronina or manager, but you cannot go after the Broni. What it tells you is, wait, Jimmy, the white man sees you as a foolish man. Because in the first place, Who has taken your jobs? You people don't want to work for the white man. Now, the other people come to work for the white man. At the end of the day, you are going after the foreigners. So the job you are saying they are taking from you, who is taking from you? You, the same people, you stay in South Africa and you behave as if you are the most intelligent. South Africa has
sanctions xenophobia. No excuses, guys. Now you see these three figures here: Jacinta, Zandile, and I think this guy is called Nzigwel. So these guys need to be sanctioned. Let's not pretending this isn't border control. This is organized hate. Movements like Operation Dudula, led by Zandile, didn't appear out of nowhere. They are fueled by loud voices, local leaders, and politicians who would rather blame migrants than fix unemployment, crime, and corruption. When mobs harass shop owners, threaten families, and chase people out of neighborhood, even physically attacking them, that's not activism. That's intimidation. And every time leadership stays quiet or worse, winks at it and just move on. If South African government won't act decisively, then consequences must come from outside and inside. Because silence is permission. African governments and even Western governments need to start acting. Sanctions should be introduced. They should be real, targeted, and painful. And I, for one, will call for travel ban across African states and Western countries for these three figures and any other persons involved in leading these marches of hate, these acts of hate and xenophobia against other African countries. Visa denials and entry blacklists for organizers and enablers, freezing of overseas assets and financial scrutiny, diplomatic pressure on any government that tolerates this behavior, especially the South African government, cultural and institutional boycotts until accountability is enforced. No holidays abroad, guys. No conferences, no safe haven. So African leaders need to start acting. Africa cannot demand global respect when Africans are haunted at home.
I love Nigerian music. I love Nigerian people. I love Nigerian men. If I had to marry a South African man, I would cheat on him with a Nigerian man. Amen. Baby.
These girls who are sleeping with foreigners, they must never think they're going to control us.
There is no country that has made sacrifices for humanity like Nigeria. We were in the forefront of the struggle against apartheid. Nigerian salaries, civil servants, part of their salary was cut to pay ANC to continue fighting. We gave scholarship to South Africans to come to Nigeria and study in Nigerian universities. We gave money to Mandela during the struggle. And then for all these things we have done, Nigeria has not been paid a dime. And then somebody somewhere will look at you and call you a nation of criminals. Before our independence, Nigeria was in Congo. We stabilized this country. After our independence, we were in Tanzania. We provided troops in Lebanon in 1978.
Yes, indeed.
Nigeria. Before our independence, Nigeria provided 45,000 troops to World War II. We helped free Europe from the hand of Nazi. Nigerians fought in East Africa. Nigerians fought in Burma. Nigerians fought in China. Nigerians fought in Germany. Lives of Nigerians were wasted. Put that aside. Come forward to 80s. Look at what we did in Liberia. Look at what we did in Sierra Leone. We were there under Colonel Olagunyo Onilola. He was the head of UNISOM that brought peace.
Now to those xenophobic South Africans, when you ask God for bread, God will give you stone because you bite the finger that fed you.
I don't know how true the statement is from Kelvin Taylor. According to him, he said he has lived in South Africa and he knows their men very well. That all they do is drink, go after women, drink, and they don't work. The works that foreigners are doing in their country, they cannot do it. They can never do it. According to him, he said if they should chase away all foreigners away from South Africa, there's going to be a lot of work and they cannot do it. And they'll be charging a lot of money, but they cannot do such work. And that is the reason why a lot of foreign companies there are not, so comfortable with the fact that they are telling all foreigners to leave, because when they leave, the works here, nobody's going to do it. And when they tell South Africans to do it, most of them would, increase their pay, and they wouldn't do it perfectly. Let me know what you think in the comment section if this statement by Kelvin Taylor, a Ghanaian presenter, is actually true.